today's speaker is myself, and I'll be speaking about online, how to put your business online. And that is one thing that we help people with when they want to scale up from a solopreneur to a CEO. Some of the things that you need to do is actually to automate some of the things that can be automated, so that they can be working in the background as you do other things. Because sometimes as solopreneurs, we handle too much. Yeah, Mwende Juraine, Pauline, you have a potential customer here called Mwende Juraine. So Pauline, kindly share your contact with Mwende, and you can take up from there. Oh yes, I've seen that. Thanks. So keep checking the comment section. You never know, somebody could be speaking with you as you share your business. So I will go straight into today's conversation, which is build it, sell it, secrets to a best-selling store. Okay, online store, not just store, right? Because in this age of where we have everybody online, people are scrolling on their phones. I think everybody has a smartphone. I don't know anybody. Well, I'm those who don't have smartphones perhaps are not your target clients, but majority 90% have a smartphone. And if anyone has a smartphone, it's important that you're able to communicate and just people to be able to actually access your products and services easily. And that is what we are going to talk about today. I'm actually a trained teacher, and that is why I talk about the objective for today is learning how to build a beautiful functional store, online store that attracts customers and generates consistent sales. Consistent sales. What you'll cover today is the 4 P's that drive online store success. And then we are going to I'll demonstrate something so that you can see how it all works. And then you'll get some tips and tools to start selling online. Your actions. So I want to know from comment section, do you have an online store? Yes or no? Just type yes, no, yes, no. Do you have an online store? That is somewhere, if let's say you have services, can someone click somewhere online and just book a training on your website, for example, and even that website they can even pay, without any hassle, without you saying send to M-Pesa or send the money to wherever. Can they go to your website and are able to click somewhere and they're able to pay? Yes, a landing page to book appointments, and I hope the appointments you can pay for them. Felicia says yes. Ivan says yes. Celestine says no, not really. So half. We'll see what that's all about. I can tell. Sometimes most people just have a static website, and sometimes by having maybe a link for someone to book your calendar, you may think that is a store. It's a calendar booking. A store is where maybe if you're selling a pair of shoes, you can click and pay, right? Marcia says no. Susan says yes. Rosemary says no. Jerry says no. By the way, the online stores are for both people with services. If you're a teacher or if you're a coach, you need an online store. It's also for physical products. If you're selling shoes, handbags, So Felicia is saying in that case, no. Yes, I agree with you, Felicia. Because if let's say you're selling shoes or handbags or whatever, can you click on that handbag and say, I want this one, and then you select a blue one, and then you click pay out, the way you can do on Amazon, right? If you have a training and say introduction to personal finance management, can I click there and then I click pay, and then the money just goes into your bank account because this whole thing is integrated? That's what we are talking about today. So I can see majorities are no, but let's see how it works. Maybe it's working well for you, it's not working well for you, but we'll see from the demos and what we are discussing today. First of all, I talked about a 4 P's best-selling store formula. It's where you have a product, a platform, people, and promotion, which brings you profit. If you miss out on any of these 4 P's, or one of the 4 Ps is not working, then for sure your platform is not working and your online store is actually not working. Let's go step by step on what I mean by this. Susan, no. Okay, you've changed your answer. All right. So let's see. When you talk about a product, when I talk about a product, I'm talking about what is this that you are selling. All right. So if we talk about a product, this is the heart of your online store. A good product solves a problem. It satisfies a desire or adds value to the customer's life. So the product that you're selling, first of all, is not random. It's something that you assess the market and so there was demand. Are people actively looking for this product? How do you do that? Right? You can research on the internet. You can do a survey, find out whether people need that product. Don't copy your neighbor or the next store and start building a business similar to that one. The best thing is to do a research first so that you can find out if there's demand for it. Number 2, differentiation. What makes your product stand out? Is it different? Is it unique from your competition? Does it have a better price? Is it of superior quality? In fact, when you're marketing or you're doing your sales pitch, you will always pick more of the differentiation piece. So if it's not properly defined, then you're just, maybe that's why you're not getting sales, because you just look like anybody else. Remember, there is no business that you can do that has never been done. So you will always have a competition. The best thing is to do that research and pick those differentiation, those unique aspects of your business. All right. So what's the differentiating factor for your product? The design, the pricing, the quality. Also the profit margin. Can you make a healthy profit after costs? Like marketing, shipping, packaging. Sometimes you have a very good product, but it can't sell. Yeah. Maybe you want to build, what can I say? Maybe you're very good at building something that maybe it has no market. What can that be? Maybe you can type in the comment section. I'm trying to figure out in my mind what is that product that you can have, you can have, but maybe it has no market. Yeah, but it's maybe very beautiful, but there's no market for it, right? So you need to be very, very careful on the product that you're selling, that it can make a profit, right? Yes, it's not just for free. Well, the other thing I've also seen, and mainly it's ladies who have this problem, we are so passionate about what we do that we give it for free in our churches, in our communities, and in all those places, and we never charge. And I always say that if you're starting in fact, when I'm coaching those who are starting a business, if there's this something that your church or your community or even your family members keep asking for you because they know you're good at it, it's something that you can monetize. All you need to do is contact someone like me who is a coach, a business coach, and I'll help you monetize it by packaging it into a product or a service. Don't continue just giving things for free and yet you're struggling when it comes to money. The other item is about that product. Is it scalable? Can it grow beyond 1 or 2 sales that you've been doing? Maybe you've been doing 1 sale per week or maybe 1 sale per month. Can you do 10 sales per month, 20 sales per month? Can it scale? Again, this is determined by your market. Does it have enough people? Let's say you're selling something for men who are above 50 and who are in a certain profession, who are pilots. If you define something like that, then your market becomes very tiny. But if you're selling something like diapers for mothers, young mothers, and you're selling diapers, and you have done research even online and seen that every year we have 5 million children born every year. So your market is quite big. You have 5 million children born every year. And therefore, if you have 5 million children, that means they are equivalent of 5 million parents. You may have twins though, but they are not that many. But you could have an approximately 5 million young parents. So if you're selling diapers, your client is the young parent, right? And what type of product is that? Is it a physical product? Is it a digital product? Is it a service? Is it a subscription? What is it? But remember, no matter how amazing your store looks, a poor product won't sell consistently. Yeah. So make sure you have a very, very good product that is unique, that is different from your competition, right? And you can comment in the comment section as we go along. You can ask a question so that we can address as we go along. Susan says sunglasses with Bluetooth.
So that was an example of a product that you can try to sell, but it's not moving.
Ah,
It's
okay.
a good product, but it is not on demand.
Correct. Yes. Thanks for giving us that example. Yes, you know, these nice to haves, nice to haves, be careful with nice to haves
Okay.
because your niche market must be very wealthy people. And those very wealthy people are well
Yeah.
traveled and they're landing in other countries and they're buying that off the shelf into those as in at the airports and wherever they're buying them from. Something like this. If
True.
you bought something like this, you may never have that good market. So thanks, Susan, for that example.
You're welcome.
Okay. So the other item is a platform. Where are you selling? Where? I mean, where are you? Right? Are you carrying some little things in your handbag and hoping to find somebody on the road or somewhere? Or do you have an online storefront or an ecosystem that powers your business? Right? So when you talk about where, if let's say you have an online store, yeah, is that store fast? Is it mobile friendly? Because most people purchase using a mobile phone. Is it easy to navigate or it's very confusing and people have to click 10 times before even they reach where the product they want is, right? If it's payment options, can the customer pay using the local currency? Like for example, if you're Kenyan, I think I've seen all of you could be Kenyans here. If you're a Kenyan, does it have the M-Pesa? Yeah, is it connected to a till number? So that somebody can just click and then just pay using M-Pesa? Because like Kenyans don't, majority don't use credit cards. Yes, the corporate world, they use credit cards, but if your product is not targeting the corporate world, it's targeting the normal Kenyan, remember they want to pay using M-Pesa, because that's what is known, or Airtel money to a, yeah, but M-Pesa to a larger extent. How is it easy to manage? Yeah, can you update the inventory? Can you track orders? Can you scale operations? Like for example, if you're selling, I talked about diapers. If you have diapers and you're selling, can you tell that you had a stock of 10 and now 5 are gone and you have 5 in stock? How is your online store working? For those who said yes, maybe you can type in the comment section, are all these things working for you? If they are not working, we'll learn a lot shortly about how to get all that done. But you can comment in the comment section how you feel about the store that you've been using and whether it's answering all these questions. Because a great product on the wrong platform can even fail to convert, or rather it can fail to sell. So you could be having very nice diapers, they're cheaper than your competition, but they're not moving because when people go clicking, they're getting stuck, or maybe it's very slow the way it's been developed, right? The people, who are you selling to? Yeah? Who are you selling to? These are your ideal customers, the people who are most likely to buy, benefit from, and tell others about your product. And this is the first thing you do. When you come to my coaching sessions, will first dwell here. Who is your ideal customer? So that once you define that ideal customer properly, then when you're defining, if let's say it's a training, when you're defining that training, you'll be able to craft the lessons specifically for that group. Let me give you an example. If you're looking at a target market and you're looking at old people, yeah, over 70 years old, and they want to learn a certain language like French, for example, right? And again, you have another age group that's below 25, and also they want to learn French. The mode of delivery and the way you craft the materials may not necessarily be the same, right? So you really need to define your ideal customer before you start even defining how you're going to deliver that product or that service, because the messages of how to deliver must be different. Yeah. And this is what we call a customer avatar. So come up with a proper profile of your deal buyer their age, their gender, their income, their lifestyle, their behaviors, and so on, and also identify their pain points. What are the challenges they are facing? What are their desires, right? And their purchase decisions. How do they make decisions when they're buying? An old person, when they're making a decision when they're buying, is very different from a 20-year-old or a 25-year-old. A 25-year-old could be very abrupt, could be very excited. They get excited and sometimes they can just purchase. But someone who is above 70, even if let's say you're selling herbs, for example, they even consult their spouses, they consult their children, their relatives first before they come to buy. So you have to be very careful on when you're addressing the pain points, because this helps you define that particular product. So if you are trying to sell, okay, the other one is customer journey. How do you create awareness for your product? Or do you sit and wait for people to walk to you? More often than not, you're supposed to have different ways of speaking to people in your community, in your churches, online, on social media, different places. You're supposed to keep speaking with people so that they can start having an awareness of what is this you have to offer. So that next time when somebody is ready to purchase, they are able now to consider you. Remember, because of this online and a lot of information online, people are really searching things online. But if they had heard that you do sell diapers, at some point maybe they heard you speak in church or they heard you speak somewhere in a conference, then they will be one of the few that they will be considering when they are checking the pricing, they are checking the quality, they are checking whatever. So at least you'll be one of the top 5 they'll be checking. So keep creating information. It could be in terms of blogs, it could be, just create some awareness. Because from there, they are going to do the consideration. As they narrow down the numbers, then they make a decision and purchase, and they become your loyal customers, if let's say you serve them very well. So that customer journey has to be very well defined. We normally teach this in our sales training, how it actually is supposed to work out. Because if you're trying to sell to everyone, you end up selling to no one. This is a very, very important. If there is one thing you need to take away today, is this one. Your avatar cannot be everybody. Even if you're selling food and everybody eats food, you must define your avatar. Let the rest be additional. Yeah, because for example, if you're selling diapers and your avatar is actually young parents, there'll still be somebody who will come and ask you, yeah, I heard you sell diapers for kids. Do you have for grown-ups? Maybe they have someone who is unwell, who is sick, who is bedridden. They'll still come to you, but you don't have to always talk about them. Always talk about your avatar. Anybody else will, you build on that. So the other one is promotion. This is how you attract, engage, and convert your audience into paying customers. The key channels are the social media marketing. So do you just post organically onto Facebook, onto wherever you post, WhatsApp, and all that? Do you do reels? Do you do live sessions? Or how do you use your social media to attract clients and to engage them and convert them? How do you do that? So it's good to have a plan for that. In our coaching sessions, definitely we do come up with a program and a whole calendar for you so that you're able now to to engage. Also, do you do paid ads once in a while? Sometimes it's good to do that. Do you do email marketing? Do you follow up? And how do you do your follow-ups for people who have actually seen you somewhere with your product? How do you follow up? Because if you don't follow up, then they disappear and you keep meeting new people. And very few people ever buy on the first instance they meet you. You have to keep, meeting them, talking to them, so that because there's something called the rule of 7, and after 7 iterations or even 10 iterations, some people make decisions around that time. That is 80% of the people you meet make decisions after about 8 or 9 times of seeing you on different platforms, on social media, physically, through your content marketing. After seeing you in all these platforms, then they're able now to make a decision. So how do you do the follow-up so that this person can see you as many times as possible? We also help you craft that particular strategy as we help you implement your marketing strategy. How do you do content marketing? Content marketing is about the videos you do, your blogs and tutorials and customer stories. How do you do that? And do you collaborate with influencers, or even do you collaborate with other entrepreneurs? Because sometimes you have a similar client, but you're selling different products. If, let's say, this person is selling those diapers I was talking about, somebody else is selling clothes for the kids, for the toddlers, right? So your avatar is the same. It's a young mother for two of you. So do you collaborate so that if I'm selling a diaper and that person asks me, do you also sell clothes for this toddler? I can refer you. You see? And it's important to actually collaborate. That's why we keep introducing ourselves here in the comment section, so that you can actually meet as many people as possible and learn from them, collaborate with them, and so on. Yeah. So what we are trying to say here is that your store does not need more features. For those people who have an online store, a website, and it's not converting, it's not more features that you need. It's actually visibility. And that is why this promotion part is very key, very, very key. If you want us to help you with this, just get in touch with me so that we can support you in ensuring that your store converts. But if you do not have a store, we can support you in building one, and I'll show you how shortly. The other one is finally, what you earn, it's when you correctly combine the right product sold on the right platform to the right people using the right promotion strategy. If anything there is missing, yeah, it's like a vehicle without four tires, it will not move. So you create a sustainable, scalable, and profitable online store by having these four aspects well defined, well implemented. Any questions so far? You can type in the comment section before I move on. Okay, no comment. So there are so many examples of online stores, and what I put here is an online store and whether it has a Kenya shilling support. Yeah, because I'm assuming all of us from Kenya. If you're not, then we will talk. You have Paystack, you have Seller, you have Flutterware Store, Shopify, WooCommerce, Wix, all these, PesaPal, DPO Group, and all these, ZaziPay, WhatsApp Business, Facebook, Instagram, Google Business Profile, and Jumia. Now, if the second column says no, because on WhatsApp, there's no way you can click on something and pay. That's not an online store. It's not an online store. It's just a social media marketing tool, a Facebook, an Instagram, a WhatsApp, you know. But if it says then there is a yes, then it means that then it's an online store, because you can go there, you put things in your shopping cart, as many things as possible, you go and check out and pay. Then it's an online store. All right. Any questions so far? So let's now have a demo, or not really a demo, just to show you how does this all work. Let me show you this Amara. Amara is our company, Amara Capital Limited. Our website is amaracampus.com. What do we have? We have a home, about us, services, hosting, resources, blogs, and all that. What do we do here? If you go to resources, right, for example, okay, remember your store can be on its own, and it can also be integrated to your website. So this is where we have integrated our store to the website. Usually you build a store separately, a website separately, and then you're able to integrate. So this is our store, and you can see at the top you have the courses. So if you click on this, you can learn any course. If you click on this, the webinars, you can now purchase a webinar that we played, and now you can also purchase it. So if you go to buy, for example, it takes you now directly to our store. So here we are, and you can see that is a webinar, the 50-30-20 formula, the 52 weeks challenge on Amara Campus online. And it's, this is free, so you can get it now. So when you say get it now, you can click there, you give your email address and your name. And even if it has some money and you're giving a discount, you can give people a coupon. Remember, sometimes you're doing a promotion and you want to give people some discount, you are able to give you a coupon. So if we build for you some of these stores, you'll be able to do that. Would be able to show you how all this works. So this one also, it's free as well. And sometimes we do frequently bought with this one. Let's say I click this one as well. Yes, this is 7,700 Kenya shillings. And what I can show you here, this is one of them. This is built using Seller. Yeah, I've showed you. You can say there's a Nigerian, whatever, USD, GBP, all this. Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, yeah, and the Kenya shilling is also there. So it has some of the African currencies on it. So the other one I can show you is this one. This one is Paystack, right? Paystack is also, it's also for Amara, right? And you can see this where we've put the next level CEO program. And again, you can click on it. So these are just two. Once you click on this, this is when you're purchasing this book, from employment to a side hustle to a business empire. You can purchase one or two again, and you can contact the seller if you want, if you need more information. You can add to the bag right here. Then you can check out, and is it a gift? So it's another platform, right? You give your city, your Kenya, where will it be delivered, continue to pay, and so on, and you know, and you go to the, and even the shipping, you can see Nairobi CBD is 250 bob, and it environments 450, outside Nairobi 700, outside Kenya, whatever it is. So it depends on how we set it up for you. So do you have any questions so far with this example? So the ones I've just shown you are these two stores. I've shown you the first two here, Paystack and Seller. They operate in a similar way, but these particular platforms, what we are saying is that they can, they have some charges, right? Because they are owned by some other people, but we are able to integrate them onto your website, and you're able now, your customers are able to purchase whatever they want. And when you're even giving people a link for them to, or rather, you want people to purchase, you just give them a link and they'll go ahead and purchase. Are we learning something? What have you learned so far today? So on this last slide, what I'm showing you here is that we have a special offer for you. With only 7,500 Kenya shillings, we will build for you a one-page website and an online store, integrate the two. Usually we do this with a 5-page at 45,000, but we are only giving you at 7,500. We will register for you a domain with a 1-year registration and hosting, also build your brand and brand your store. You saw the stores have a certain color, the purple color for Amara, we use purple color. So we're able now to do the colors, the fonts, the everything, so that it looks different. It suits you with your colors and your fonts, right? We'll build that one-page website and integrate it to your store, and then craft a marketing strategy. So we'll show you even how to go about making sure that it's visible. Remember we said your store has no issue, it's actually the visibility part that's missing. So we'll craft that for you, and also that this comes with a 1-year Gen membership. Okay, and we are going to give you in 3 days, yeah, maximum 5 days if you delay, but 3 days we should be able to build for you our website, upload up to 15 of your, you know, of your product or services, but whatever you give us, but don't exceed 15, so that we're able to deliver in 3 days.
But there's a question. What if somebody has a website already and they need just an online store? Does this price still apply?
You see, what will happen is that we build the store for you and then we integrate it to your website. So there isn't much difference. We can only give a discount maybe of 1,000 shillings. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think you've answered that one. The other one was, I assume that Paystack is the easiest one to build. That's why you chose it. Because my question was, which of these stores is easiest to set up and ease of use by the customers?
Actually, they operate the same way, both Paystack and Seller, because at Tamara we have, on the website we have Seller. Paystack, we just have it separately, just for the two programs that we have, the next level, and also for the Gen network and all that. The Paystack one actually seems to be working better. The Seller is free, is actually free for 40 products. But then after that, you have a monthly payment, a monthly subscription. But for Paystack, it's completely free in terms of when you're selling your product, they just pick their commission. Okay, Irene is asking what is in the package. We are, okay, in fact, also I can see also a question here from Celestine. What are the damages for the preceding years? When will you be the, what's the website still? Okay, yeah. So what will happen is Amara Capital will be maintaining your website. It will give you even an email address on your domain. Like for example, info at domain. If let's say your shop is called, Mary, yeah, info at mary.com or something like that. So we'll give you all that emails and email itself. So, or one or two, depending on it. Then after 1 year, you have to renew hosting. It's usually the annual fee for renewal is less than 5,000, but we'll need to check with the hosting company, but it cannot exceed 5,000. We'll give you that particular figure. Yeah, so that you know what to be paying every year to renew the hosting part, because definitely the hosting company does charge an annual fee. And to clarify, yes, so what we are saying is this: with 7,500 Kenya shillings, what we do is register that domain. We build just a one-page website. Then we build your store. In fact, if I can show you an example of that, this is the Global Entrepreneurship Network store, or rather website. It's a one-pager. It's actually an example of this. This is a one-page website. It just describes what is Global Entrepreneurship Network. And then it says you can join, and to join, then you pay, right? If you click here, you go to the store. But I just first want to scroll down. It says connect, innovate, scale your business. It just describes what the business is about. Global events, mentorship, resource library, expert training. And then it goes ahead and talks about to discover the options available. And then from there, you can also click here and get to the 5,950 as membership. If you click on this one, for example, yeah, it takes you directly to just the Gen annual subscription, and you're able to pay the 5,950. You just add it to the bag, right? It's here. Then you check out. You give your name, your email, your phone number, then review and pay, and so on. Okay, for this one, this is now the Amara campus. The basket behind the website. So it has all this stuff. So it's not everything that appears on the website, right? So you have webinars, you have courses, and so on. But right now, what I was showing you is that one pager. So what I did here was just to go down here and say join today, and you can click here and join after reading all this. But if I say something like what? Let me go back up. If you say learn more, you'll just see now the entire Paystack store itself. Not like the one for paying 5,950, which just brings that particular one separately, because that's what you need there. Here, learn more is where you, to get this or to pay the 7,500 Kenya shillings. So this, I had shared the link, so you can just click the link and you can pay. Otherwise, you can just reach me on, so we can have a conversation on where to start. If you already have a website, we'll have to review the website and see how we can integrate it to our online store and even beautify it and make it better. Yeah. You said other options that are available. Yes. Okay. So that needs to be sorted. All right. So if you go now to, because this is a Global Entrepreneurship Network website, so what you have is the breakfast, which are usually 3,950. The subscriptions for an individual is 5,950. For corporates is 53,550. So that's all we have there. And you just click and you'll be able now to see what does that cover. All right. You just read somewhere there, see what it all covers, and then you add it to the basket and purchase. Okay. All right. So I hope you've learned something today. It's been a good morning. And thanks for the questions that you asked. They tell me that you are learning, you are attentive, you are listening. So is there any other question? If there is no other question, can we bring this to a close if we don't have any other question? So after 1 year, yes, I said there is a renewal. We'll be able to define that for you once we check with the hosting company, but it should be less than 5,000 per year. It should be 4,000 and something, or around that much. Yeah, and you can even upgrade the website later if you prefer to have more pages on that website, if you want to do a blog and so on. I think if there are no further questions, I wish to thank you so much for attending today's session. It's been wonderful. This will be uploaded onto the Gen YouTube channel, and definitely the link shared both on email and on the WhatsApp group. If you are not yet part of our WhatsApp group, I will share the link here so that you can join, where we normally share a lot of information. If you're part of that WhatsApp group, definitely we'll share this almost immediately, and you'll be able to watch it if there's something you want to review. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. I hope you've taken home something and you'll implement something. Let me know if you need our support or our help. We'll be able to do that. Otherwise, let's call it a day. Enjoy your day. Let's meet next Tuesday. It's a goodbye for now. Thank you so much.